Hi, my name is Sachin. My student ID is 303502355 and I am a student in Federation University and currently working on a ride booking application. So this project was very wide and I worked very hard in this project to accomplish within the time because we had a very short time period and we had a lot of issues in the beginning due to client changes and all. So I'm going to show you some justification during this video and the skill set I used. I worked on some Android application before my master degree. So I had a lot of experience, not very much, but had some experience about the Android development, and I used that experience to develop this Android application. And I had a basic knowledge about the PHP and JavaScript, and also the HTML and CSS to develop the content management system that is required by the client to manage all the resources of the user application and the rider application. And the time allocated in the project was, our project was started on 30th of March and finished on 14th June 2020. Now during this development time I worked roughly around 35 hours a week because I had a lot of issues during the development because of this pandemic. We cannot meet personally or face to face any of person, and being a team leader I use my skill to manage this team and contributed um, as a team leader. Finally, I was a developer as well, so I have to do my task to along with the leading the team of 4 member. If any of the team member has any issue, then I have to contact any of my workshop tutor or either our project supervisor. And in terms of client communication, I was the a main person to communicate with the client and to take his or her approval. Or I'm going to talk about my largest three contribution. So in my largest three contribution, the first one is managing the team. Being a team leader, I managed a team of 4 members. So it was very difficult to get an idea what the team is working on and how they are achieving their task, that is what they have done is correct or not. So all the members were working remotely and we cannot visit face to face, so we have to find a way how we can communicate. And then I come up with an idea and I we agreed on using Slack application. That is a project oriented application. Then I created an account on the Slack and then add my team members, and we communicated over that Slack application to manage the project. So as I told, it was a very big project to ride booking applications, and team developed 2 Android application and 1 content management system. And in evidence 2, I'm going to share my screen to show what the team has done and what I personally done. Basically, I'm going to show you in this video. I will share my screen and will show you what I personally done from the beginning. I'm going through with the first part. In the beginning, we created a storyboard and I personally created the project outline in that project storyboard. And then the second task was to create a product roadmap. And in product roadmap, I was um, worked on the user stories, so I have to find the acceptance criteria and all. And Our third task was sprint one. So sprint one, sprint two, sprint three. I'm going to share my screen and show you what I have done in the sprint one. So our sprint one was driver application. So in the driver application, we had so many user stories and need to work hard and had a very less time. So this is the main screen as I'm showing you online. The system is working at the moment, up and running. So these are the options we can. I personally created sign up button. So in terms of sign up button, we just need an email address, one password, a name of the client, and phone number, and then we can register it. So I haven't entered anything, so I'm going to create an account. And the password SACHIN12345, name SACHIN, phone number just random, register. So one pop-up menu will come. Yeah, that's, and now account is created. So we are going to use this account in the login. SACHIN1235 at gmail.com, and the password is SACHIN12345. So apart from the sign up page, I worked on the trip history and update vehicle. So in the trip history, we can check how many trips we have the driver has done, or till now, till when the driver is checking. Update vehicle type is the driver can update his or her vehicle in two options, MyRide X or MyRide Black. Just click on update, so vehicle information updated. So this was my personal contribution on the front end, and then I worked on the backend side as well to connect this Android driver application with the Google server. So we used Google Firebase as a real-time database. So we store all this information online. So I connected it to the Firebase. So the admin can say how many users and what is the user history. So here is all the information about the driver and driver history. If we need a particular driver information, so admin can click on driver information and can find any driver here. So that was my contribution in sprint 1, and now I'm going to share my sprint 2. So sprint 1, and this is a sprint 2, which is my rider application. So the same we can do with the same. I created account for signing in, password, phone number, such as I'm going to enter SACHIN. I'm random user 1234567 at gmail.com. SACHIN1234567 phone number retrieve, register. So it takes some time due to slow network. Yep, registered now. Login, email address SACHIN12345678 at gmail.com. SACHIN123455678 and login. So the sign up part I personally done, and These in this application, I created the trip history and update information. It's the same like the rider also can check his or her trip history. And update information is if the user want to update his or her name and phone number or need to update picture, so can do it from here. And I worked on the map APIs as well. Apart from this, I connected this application, rider application, to the Google Firebase as well. So once we go down, so here are the riders information. So once we click on any entity, we can find what is the user. So we'll find out what we registered now. So yeah, this is the one what we registered now. So here is the all the details we have provided. So these were my contribution in the sprint 2. So I'm going to share my contribution in sprint 3. So this is our content management system hosted locally. Now I'm going to use admin password. So I created the front page of the login, this login page, and we will provide an 123 password. So I personally did this front end page, and then now it's logging. Yep, so we can see the dashboard here, and I personally did driver control. I worked on the view register, so we can see how many registered driver history I personally did. In my contribution, we can also check the live active driver. So at the moment, one driver is active, that is in my phone. And I worked on the payment information. Apart from this, I created a local database. So in the XAMPP control, I'm using the local database. Once we go here and just type localhost, MyRide CMS, not only localhost, PHP admin. So we are storing the admin information here. So I created this MySQL file and saved all the data here. Here are the admin informations. If you want to check the table, so I created these 3 admins and stored here. So it is easy for us to just have a look how many. So what unique thing I did and learned. So the unique thing I did is the Firebase was pretty new for me to connect with the Android application. I have never heard about the Firebase name. So this is the unique thing I did and also learned in this sprint, in this development time. So Firebase connections was very difficult for me. I need to go through with a lot of articles and research papers and need to watch videos on YouTube to connect the Android application and to store data over there and to retrieve this data into the CMS. So that was a challenging task for me. What ideas to improve this course? So basically, I had a lot of difficulties personally because I cannot visit anywhere to show my tutor what I personally done to show my work and need any help. So tutor was very helpful in the workshop. We had a lot of help from the Gajendra Verma. He was very helpful and for us and provide a lot of feedback during the development time and in the weekly stand-ups as well. And there were some insufficient material on the model, so we need to have a lot of material to go through with like I was developing an Android application, we was supposed to get and material related to the Android development or related to the website development. So and so I will say this is the main difficulty I faced need to be improved in this course. And apart from this, that there is a lack of resources, and to run the Android Studio we need a high configuration laptop, but I use the ordinary one used to my for my studies. So we need a lot of time to run the Android Studio. Android Studio requires a lot of memory space, and yep, such kind of activities were need to be keep in mind during this course and to provide. And one more feedback about the whole course structure is to provide uh, 10,000 words we need to write in the end of the write-up page. So it should be divided on the basis of applications. Basically, I will say on depends on the application. So if we finish the one application, then it should be one write-up for each and every application. So we can categorize in a very good manner. Thank you very much.